and I'll be going through my assignment too. I'll answer how I formulated each of the commands, how they work, and why I chose them in those certain scenarios. I will do that, and then afterwards I'll give myself a performance rating out of 10 on my performance. And yeah, so heading into our first command, print the first 5 book records in the file. So okay, if I goes what assignment 2 and I change directory. Okay, now I'm in assignment 2, cat book star.txt. This is the original. You want the first 5 book records up to R. So what I did was I used sed so that I can look at the individual uppercase S, so I can look at the individual records and categorize them from 1 to 5 and print them. So that is the command I used, and it works. Okay, now I'm rushing for the sake of time, but for the next command, print all the book records which aren't published by this. And I've already written them down for, again, the sake of time. So grep will look for a certain phrase or whatever I put into these quotations, but the negation -v will look for whatever isn't and then print it. So no such file or directory. Bookstore.txt. I have no idea what is going on, but this does not happen with my regular. Okay, maybe it is the I think that's what it is. Okay, yeah, see, that's what it is. It's because I wrote it in Google Doc and not in here. For some reason it does that. But everything that doesn't have whatever's in the quotations will appear. On to the next. Okay. Print all the book names in uppercase which aren't published for print hall. Which are. So I used AWK. And this one I had a challenge with in particular because with this one in particular because the fields were very so as you can see, this is field 1, this is field 2, but because the default delimiter is space, this is a whole nother field and this is a whole nother field. But once I changed the delimiter to tab, it allowed me to categorize them by the actual spaces I wanted to. So if I use this now, it will give me everything that is published by Prince Hall in uppercase. So Prince Hall here, Unix shell programming, and they're all in uppercase because I used 2 upper and then printed the second field. And because I used the tab, this is now my second field. On to the next. Okay. What is the next one? Print all the book records which their book ID has pattern like so on. So you want an alphabet hyphen 3 digits hyphen alphabet. And this command in particular let me look for a particular string that had this, but because I put periods, it is now looking for a character, no specific character, but a character. So character hyphen character hyphen character. And if I put this in, that's not what I wanted to put in. If I put this in and I changed the this because it just wants to be weird for some reason. It gives me exactly what I wanted. Character hyphen character 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 hyphen character. There's no other string like that, so it's looking only in field 1, and I don't need to specify that. So on to the next. Okay, now what I want to do, print all book records as following. So you wanted me to put stars on all the prices. This one I also had some trouble with because okay, at first I figured out how to do it for the 3 digits, for the hundreds, and that is just by saying, okay, 1 through 9, and change it to 3 asterisks. But this does not include 99, 55, and 45. So I had to use -e, a command I learned off the internet, to, it's probably in the slide somewhere, but I figured out a way to also do it for 2 digits. So it's just double commanding and then looking through it, and this will give me what I want. Give me a second. It works, but the way I've rewritten them has some slight errors, so I just need to fix through that. Okay, let's see if they are the same. Yeah, see, I don't need -s. No, I do need -s, yeah, because this is the syntax, and because I do have a syntax error, not exactly, but yeah, it gives me exactly what I wanted. And that is because I have looking for 3 digits and then also 2 digits. Next, we have the final question, question 2. This one is actually pretty easy. And all I did was, okay, if we look at not this anymore, if we look at config, what you wanted was this and this. So I needed to think of a command that would let me go to the second line, but then also look through the fields of the second line and print out the specific fields I asked for. And the command that suited this need for me was, again, the way it's printed back out, or I've rewritten it in Google Docs, does not work for some reason, but nonetheless the code works. Honestly, all I did was config. I piped it into AWK. I looked for the field delimiter space. Honestly, I don't think I need space. Yeah. And then I looked for the second line and printed out field 2 and 6. So if you go back here and you look at second line, field 1, 2, this is 2, this is 4, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if I run this, it should give me what I want. And yeah, I didn't really need to specify the delimiter because the delimiter is automatically spaced, and I only really need to define it or change it when I'm looking for something else or in a different use case. But this case, it works just fine as the default, and it gives me exactly what I wanted. And nope, that's not. Please excuse that. And yeah, so that is how I went through the assignment, and that's how I figured out each of the commands. I have had some trouble with some of the commands, but in doubt, just go refer back to the slides or ask Google, because you can learn a lot from looking at examples and watching tutorials and videos just like the one I'm making right now. And out of 10, I would give myself a 10 out of 10 performance because I persevered and I conquered and succeeded. So I'm personally happy with my performance. I've gotten the assignment done and I've increased my knowledge of all 3 commands, so I think it's a win for me. And yeah, thank you. Bye bye.